Hey gorgeous, it's Ker-leen. Thank you so much for tuning back into my channel. In today's video, I will be giving you a really quick maceration update of a few of my Arabian fragrances. These are fragrances that either I was waiting to get better or was hopeful would become even more amazing after some time. So if you're interested in this maceration update, then please keep watching. Hey friend, thank you so much for tuning back into another video. I hope that you are doing amazing whenever you're watching this. And for those of you who are new here, thank you so much for tuning into the channel. Over here, I talk luxury, I do review videos, I share my fragrance journey, and I sprinkle in a little bit of lifestyle here and there. So if any of those things pique your interest, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you know exactly when my videos drop. All right, let's get into it. The first fragrance I have here is Kissa Delicious, and this is a Paris Corner fragrance. This is a fragrance that I have just been waiting to see how it was going to develop. This fragrance gives me milk chocolatey goodness with a subtle hint of an orange zest. This is not a dense or heavy gourmand. Instead, this one is light, it's fluffy, it's airy. This is one that I think makes for a great layering fragrance because of that. But this is a great fragrance for those of you who love a nice sweet fragrance, but you don't particularly enjoy like a dense, really thick gourmand fragrance. So Kissa Delicious is exactly as the name would imply. It is in fact quite delicious. So with time, and I'm talking about maybe 3 months, 4 months or so, with time, this fragrance has gotten much more creamy and much more sweet. It's still an airy fragrance, but it's as if this is even more milk chocolate. It's very silky and creamy. It's sweet, but not too sweet. It's very fluffy still and very light. This is such a beautiful fragrance. So for me, with time, that's what changed about this one. It got more creamy. It basically developed more rounded edges. It's better blended now, and it's just a gorgeous fragrance. When I smell this, I think of a milk chocolate bar. That is exactly what I think of. But not just any milk chocolate bar. Picture a Hershey's milk chocolate bar, in that it's not too sweet. It's very like melt in your mouth and silky and creamy. That's what Kissa Delicious is for me. And those qualities have come out even more with time. Now, as far as performance, this one is a moderate performer for the first 5 hours, and then after that it gets very intimate, and that's probably because of the type of fragrance that this is. So you're not going to get all day's wear. This is nowhere near a beast mode type of scent. This is a more laid back, chill, subtle type of scent. And speaking of chill, this is a very casual fragrance, so not one that I would pull out for a special occasion. This is just everyday, day-to-day type of vibes. Very low-key, very casual. You just want to smell good, but you're not trying to do too much. Maybe you're not feeling well that day. This is the perfect kind of scent for that. So this is Kissa Delicious by Paris Corner. The next fragrance that's been sitting and waiting for a revisit is Lattafa's Shad, or maybe Sahad. Let me know how to pronounce the name of this fragrance if you know in the comment section, please. But this fragrance is one that I have been waiting to see how it's going to develop. When I first got it, it just did not meet my expectations in terms of how it would smell. It came across as sharp, and the notes weren't blended very well in my opinion. But now that it's been a few months, a couple of months, maybe 3 months or so, I wanted to pull this back out to see how it would smell. Now that this has sat for a little bit, I'm starting to see the vision. I'm starting to see the light. It's still not giving me what I initially expected, and I'll talk about what I initially expected when I show you the next fragrance. However, this has gotten so much smoother. The sharpness that I was getting in the beginning is now gone, and it smells very pleasant to my nose now. It also smells ever so subtly sweeter from my recollection. When I first got this, I talked about how it smelled nostalgic for me. So it smelled like something I would smell like back in the day, like a perfume from back in the day from my childhood. But today, it does not smell quite as dated to my nose. I'm gonna give this one just a little bit more time because I do feel like this can get even better. This is a spring and summer type of scent profile, so I'm going to let this sit until next spring and summer, and I will be back with more thoughts on this fragrance. As of right now, it's gotten a lot better, a lot better. It smells a little bit sweeter. It's very smooth. The notes are better blended. All of the sharpness is gone, but it's still not wowing me. So we'll see what this smells like next spring and summer. Again, this is Shad or Sahad by Latafa. The next fragrance I have here is what I had hoped the previous fragrance would smell like. This fragrance smelled like that right away, but now that it's been a couple of months, yeah, I think it's been a couple of months, this fragrance is so amazing. This fragrance just blows me away. It blew me away when I first got it, and y'all, I feel even more enamored to this fragrance because it's gotten so much better. The fragrance I'm talking about is Lux Verde by Arabian Perfumes. I showed this some time ago on the channel. I talked about how amazing this is, and I'll link the video so y'all can watch and really get some more info on this fragrance, but it's gotten so much better with time. I love the florals in here. I love how creamy and rich they are. I love how sweet this fragrance is. This fragrance smells so luxurious. This is one that when I first smelled it, it was an instant love, an instant love. This fragrance, in my opinion, has a very similar DNA to Sahad or Shad by Latafa. This one has gorgeous white florals. It's sweet, it's fresh, it's very feminine, but this fragrance was a little bit creamier. And now that it's had time to macerate, it's even richer and more velvety and sweeter and creamier. It is so good. This is probably one of the best floral Arabian fragrances that I've ever smelled. The florals in here are so rich, and this is sweet and creamy at the same time. This does not veer into the territory of gourmand. It's not that at all. It's just that for what it is, it's extremely creamy and rich and velvety and sweet. This is such a luxurious smelling Arabian fragrance. As of right now, I do still think that this is a moderate projector. It's not going to last the entire day, but it will last you for a good 6 to 8 hours, and it will project for the first 4 hours, and then it gives you a more intimate wear. And time, in my opinion, hasn't really impacted the performance in a way that's notable for me anyway, but what time has impacted with this one is how good it smells. It smells even better after sitting for a little bit. So this is Lux Verde by Arabian Perfumes. This next one was kind of a spur of the moment purchase. I blind bought it off of Amazon because I was curious about it when I read the notes, and I do not regret this purchase one bit. This is one of the best purchases I made this year so far when it comes to Arabian fragrances. And this is Pure Ombre by Risala. This one doesn't require too many words. If you like the Herba Pura by Xerjoff DNA, you will love this inspiration. That's what this fragrance is supposed to smell like. It's supposed to smell like Herba Pura. I think they nailed it when it comes to the scent profile. Another fragrance I think this is similar to is Mula Mula by Byron Parfum. I think that's the kind of DNA you're gonna get in this fragrance, except this one is very fresh. So this is a spring and summer fragrance through and through, but because of the performance, I feel like you could layer this with sweeter, lactonic and creamy fragrances for the winter time, because this fragrance's performance is out of this world. And that's where it changed for me with time. So Risala got so much stronger and deeper with time. The way that this smells is not what changed the most for me. What I noticed changed the most with time is the performance. This can be built up to a beast mode. It's a very high performing fragrance, meaning it projects very far for very long, and this is super duper long lasting, meaning I'm gonna smell it on my clothes after I wash them. That's how much this clings to fabric and how long lasting it is. This one is the type of DNA that you wear when you want to be noticed. So if you do not want to be noticed, this is not the fragrance to reach for. This fragrance is bold. It really makes a statement. It's fruity, but not super duper playful. This one comes across as a bit more grown up. However, it's also still very bright and very uplifting. This is a fragrance that I would probably wear going on vacation, maybe out to dinner at night on vacation, during the daytime on a yacht. This is the kind of fragrance I would reach for. This is so beautiful and the performance is out of this world. Oh my goodness, this one has this witty undertone that I feel balances the fragrance. And by looking at the notes in this fragrance, you wouldn't be able to tell, but I feel like this has a gorgeous woody note that balances the fragrance, keeps it from smelling too light or too faint or too fruity and juvenile. It just really adds whatever that woody note is that I'm picking up, really makes this fragrance smell grown up and bold. This has vanilla and amber at the base, and this is also a little musky as well. And again, this is supposed to smell like herba pura. So to me, this just smells very, very nice. The quality was there when I first got it, but the quality has quadrupled now that it's been a couple of months. I love this fragrance. It is so good. I've worn it to work out, and after my workout, it was still projecting off of my clothing with sweat and everything. So the performance on this one was amazing, but has gotten just that much better. It's so good. So this is Pure Ombre by Risala. The next fragrance that I've been giving a little bit of time to is Eclair by Lattafa. Now, Eclair is not one that I had any issues with as far as how it smells. It came ready to wear, smelling absolutely delicious. But what I was waiting to see for this particular fragrance is how it would improve performance-wise. And I think it's definitely improved in terms of longevity. This one is so delicious, y'all. This one is absolutely delicious. It smells so warm and creamy and lactonic and sweet, subtly salty. It just smells so incredibly delicious. It's more so sweet, but it's ever so slightly savory. And I think that's why it's so intoxicating. It's one of those fragrances that makes you want to come back to it and sniff it and wear it over and over again. And I think it's because it just smells so edible and it smells sweet and creamy and a little savory. I think that is the secret behind this fragrance. It has this really, really discreet savoriness to it. So delicious. This is a moderate projecting fragrance in my opinion. It projected moderately when I first got it, and I still do think that it projects moderately now, with maybe just a little bit of an edge, maybe just ever so slightly a little bit more than moderate. But this isn't the type of fragrance that will fill a room. It will project at an arm's length, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit farther than that, 4 or 5 hours, and then it wears more closely after that. Now, in terms of longevity, that's where this has gotten better. This will last all day long on the clothes. So I have worn this to bed and woken up and it's still been on my PJs. This will cling to your clothing and it will carry you throughout the day. That's what I love about this fragrance. That's how it's gotten better with time. This fragrance is one that I am so looking forward to wearing this fall and winter. So I'll be back with more updates on this one, but just know that it's pretty long lasting in my opinion, and it smells absolutely delicious. And this is supposed to be a dupe of Bianco Latte. This is Eclair by Lattafa. And the last fragrance I have here is Barakat Gentle Gold by Fragrance World. I shared my thoughts on this one when I first received it, so I'll link the video here. And I was waiting for this one to get better. I will say that this has improved quite a bit, and I'm definitely picking up on those earthy qualities that are present in the fragrance this is supposed to be duping. So this one is inspired by MFK's Gentle Fluidity Gold. And when I first reviewed this fragrance, I said that it wasn't quite giving me everything that Gentle Fluidity Gold gives, especially that earthy component. And I think it's because they did the notes different in this fragrance. So yes, it has a lot of the same notes, but the order of the notes showing up throughout your wear is a little bit different in this fragrance. And I think that's why initially I was not getting the earthy component. Now that it's been a few months, I feel like I am starting to pick up that earthy quality that's inside of Gentle Fluidity Gold. I will say this one has gotten a lot more beautiful. It's gotten more and more reminiscent of Gentle Fluidity Gold. So thank you to all of you who told me that this needs to sit and shared your experiences with how similar you think this is to the OG. I am definitely starting to see the light. I'm starting to see the light. I'm starting to see what you all love about this fragrance because it's gotten a lot more beautiful. The coriander seeds, the earthy components in the original are starting to shine in this fragrance, and now it smells even more like the OG. So I am looking forward to wearing this fall and winter, and I will be back with another update as I begin to really enjoy this fragrance. It's been sitting, so I haven't been wearing it, but I'm really excited to wear it now that I can see it's getting better. It's getting so much better. And this one, y'all, is so affordable for what you get. Thank you to my fragrance family for letting me know how amazing this fragrance is, because I'm starting to see the light. This one is Barakat Gentle Gold by Fragrance World. I have just sprayed all of these fragrances in the air, and it is smelling so good. So good in this room right now. So that has got my wheels turning about some layering. So stay tuned for a layering video with some of these same fragrances, because y'all, it smells amazing in this room right now. Anywho, if you enjoyed the video and if you found it helpful, don't forget to give it a like on your way out. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end of the video. If you're here and you love fragrance content, I make quite a bit of fragrance content on this channel, and I would love it if you would join the family by clicking that subscribe button and turning on that notification bell so you never miss another video. Before I go, I wanted to remind you that you are amazing. No matter what you've been through, no matter what anyone has said to you, remember that you have a light on the inside of you and you're meant to shine wherever you go. So keep your head up today. I will be over here doing the exact same thing. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one very soon. Bye.